guys to another video of Winning with the Wilsons. And today I'm here with my stepdad, Orlstyne. Kobe, how did you appear here?
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Here we go. Now I'm here with my stepdad, Orlstyne. Real Orlstyne. Well, so now my mum's got prepared some 6 facts. So we're going to just turn them over now and see if we can relate to them or... yeah.
66% of those living together or remarried break up when children are involved. So what do you think about that?
Well, I don't really know. It's just a bit like my mum, so my mum was with a guy, and when I was born, and then they broke up,
Yeah.
and then I got this man.
I feel it's a mentality more than anything else, and it's almost seen as the normal now for families to go through those kind of predicaments. And I feel that people must be more conscious of what they're doing when they go into relationships and be more understanding, knowing that there's going to be children involved. So what they do isn't just, affecting them, it's actually going to affect more than one party in the situations.
Some challenges are like getting to know him better and like making a stronger bond. His voice is a bit deep, so I had to get used to it. So sometimes it seems like he's shouting when
That's true.
when he's just speaking normally.
Just for example, I remember there was one day when I said in my deep voice, I said to her, I think it was something like go upstairs or get changed or go to bed or something like that. And she left the room, and I thought nothing of it. Sarah said she's crying, and I said, what? Crying for what? What's she crying for? She was upset with you. And I was like, for what? I just told her to go to bed or go get changed. And she said, but it was the way you said it. At that time, I had no clue what Sarah was talking about. I said, what? Oh, I don't want to hear that. But then, even there and then, I had to reflect on it. She said, no, but just the way you speak, it's going to have the big effect, especially because she's a female. You're going to have to speak to her with a softer and more sensitive tone. So I had to go and then, apologize and then, make sure she knows that I'm not against her. I'm always going to be with her. And that was one of the keys. And I believe that was one of my turning points where I said, okay, I got to make sure I'm very sensitive. And I've been working on everything. I'm working on it even up to this day. I'm only human. But that's what my say on that part of things. Huh?
I'm only human after all.
I'm only human after all.
So yes, that's really yeah. And that he's tall. What? I know. 544,000 step families with young children in
2011.
In 2011 in England and Wales. So, what do you think of that?
So, over 500,000 step families in 2011, and we're now in 2017, so I'm assuming that figure would be a lot more. I guess the person matures a little bit and finds their true partner of the sense, and then that's when you get the step families that occur. And then hopefully, like our family, it's really good and people can get along and hash things out. Would I say it shouldn't happen? I can't say it should or should happen. It's each to their own. But I do know it can work. How do you feel about that?
Well,
500,000.
I know. Well, 500,000 is very crazy, but in this family, it's just in this video, it's just really just talking about it, and it can help children and young people. Yeah. So, like, if you're watching this video, I guess you could get a lot of like feedback and like knowledge.
That's true.
So it's like being with your mother, but and then like you don't like your mother doesn't want you because you can't pay the bills. So
yeah, I'm trying to keep up with you, and then
you're like gone out, so you can't like come back.
would you say it's possible to have a great family even though you're going in and making that step family?
Yes.
Yes. And why would you say yes?
Because I used to have a great family, but and then after I still have a great family now.
Oh.
So it's possible. It's just been a long time now. And
5 years.
yeah. And now I just get used to it. Just so like if he like says something, like maybe he'll say, "Go and clean your bedroom." When I was younger, I would think I'll be scared.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, alright, it's just normal now.
Because I don't mean any harm to you, as you would know. And it has been something I've worked on for the past couple of years or so. Because I didn't realise that my voice had that bass to it. But she got used to it, and I had to adapt to it as well. And it's all about that communication and just understanding that everyone has feelings, and you have to come to that mutual agreement. So yeah.
Step families tend to be larger than non-step families.
Why do you think that's so?
No, it's your turn. Why do you think?
Oh. I would say, give just for an example, my wife and I, we've already got you, as I'm your stepfather, and Sarah would see that and she'll be very impressed with the work that I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. How about new?
All jokes aside, I would say that's the reason the families are bigger, because it's almost like I don't want to call it a test, but a trial. When a person comes into a relationship, they will say, okay, well, can this person currently deal with my child, and can they love that child like it's their own? And then going forward, okay, yes, blood children will come into the factor, and then obviously you just have loads.
Like you basically said my answer, but well, a father would like and a mother will go together,
Yes.
and they will have children. Family. So and then that will grow the family instead of like just
What was already there.
yeah.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
My turn. No, it's your turn. Go on.
In the USA, 1,300 new step families are forming every day. Wow. That's a big number. I didn't expect it to be there. And that's just in the USA.
It's my turn. Well, that's really crazy because like we don't really think about it like that. We only think like, okay, probably just one or two are forming. But and then like 1,300 are actually forming every day, so
but that number, that's
crazy.
That's crazy. That's a solid number. Once again, whether it should be lower or higher, I'm not the judge of that, but I'm just here to say it can work. Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I like that he's like really kind of generous. So like, even if I like, if I be good, like,
Sorry, stop
Stop
saying
saying
like.
right?
Because you say it too much.
Yeah,
without realising it.
like.
So even if I be good consistently, he'll still give me like, I don't know, something like, so he's very generous and like, I really like.
Definitely was the initial phase where it was just like, well, that's not my blood child. I need to somehow come in and not even necessarily prove my worth, but understand that it's my role, because I came in at 20 years old, and that's young. And you know, people, when I was telling people, it was like, whoa, that's a big task for you to undertake. And I was like, yeah, but I'm a big man and I can do these things, and I've done harder things than that. So I looked at it and said, well, this is a challenge, you can't shy away from it. I was just looking at the positives. I was looking at the end result of what I wanted to have, and that was a relationship with my current wife. And I was saying, well, in order for to make that happen, we're just gonna have to focus on that. Everything else down the line, we'll just hash through, and we'll find a way and come to a conclusion to make everything work. You will grow the most from it, and the benefits and rewards, as you can see now, major, absolutely major. If you asked me 3 years ago if I thought it would be like this, I probably said, yeah, but not this good. I thought it was gonna be great, but the way it's going on now, I'm just like, wow, I'm so glad I stuck through it. And yeah, we just made it work. We just made it work. One of the greatest benefits of doing this, just the growth part of it, because how I looked into it is, if I can look after Kayla when I have a child, it's going to be so much easier than just going into it just absolutely blind. So when I saw that, I said, yeah, I need to grow from there. And I've learned so many things, just how to communicate with a child. The responsibilities part of it is a big one, because when you're making decisions, you have to really like add it up in your head and say, okay, well, is this going to work? She's just loving. She's just this bubble of energy, always consistent with it. And she actually teaches us a lot of stuff, believe it or not. And she's just so there. As in, if we're saying something negative to her, it's like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. She'd be like, what? No, you can't be speaking like that. Of course you can do it. You're not going to do it yet, or something like that. She'll pick us up on that. And that's what we need, that accountability from the very head of the family all the way down to the smallest child or animals. So Kayla's really good at that, and I love Kayla for that. And she helps us be better people, and she's one of the reasons why I wake up in the morning, and you know, in the morning to go do what I do, help change lives. It's Kayla. So we both had to write down the answers on paper. We got told the questions, but we couldn't confirm with each other. Wrote it down on paper, so now we're actually going to reveal, and then we're going to watch me score the highest points.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it is Alice. What did you put, Orlstyne?
I got the toilet.
Nice.
Because 9 out of 10 times in the day, Kayla's on the toilet. That must be her best friend. Who's Alice? I've never heard of Alice.
Me neither.
Who's that? Where's she from? Stagecoach?
No, she's from school.
No, I thought it was Samaya.
Shamaya's my second best friend. Go.
I got blue.
I got blue.
You guys.
Girls rule. Girls rule. Girls win.
So that's 1-0 to me.
No, it isn't. That's 1-0 to me. What did you say?
Mosquitoes.
White shark.
What? You've never even seen a white shark?
Yes, I have.
When?
On videos. What did you get?
Conscious rap / hip hop.
I put hip hop. Wait. Hip hop. Wait, no. Wait, what?
That's the right way.
Hip hop.
Kind of. It's just not because there's a lot of hip hop that
You'll get half.
you get half a point.
Yeah. Don't do that with camera. What did you put?
English.
Math. You're gonna step off your game. I got 1.5 points already.
Tennis.
Basketball. That
Tennis.
says basketball. You can obviously see. Basketball. Basketball.
Let me see.
Basketball. Okay, so that is 2.5 points.
That's 2 for me.
And
I got my ones correct. So probably
it's 0 for you.
Kobe.
Life. What did you put?
Range Rover Sport.
I put PlayStation.
I've already got a PlayStation.
You might want a new one someday.
How did you spell it?
Nighttime. What did you put?
Portugal swimming pool. When we was in Portugal for the first time, we was in a swimming pool and I had Kayla on my shoulders, and then I was getting her to just leap off my shoulders, and then we did it like 2 years down the line, and she was a bit heavier, but she still did it, and we'll keep doing it every single year. So that was a great one.
Well, my great time is nighttime when Orlstyne tucked me in, but he was doing my dance, and it was like shining, 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 yeah. And he forgot most of the moves, so that was really funny. Yeah. Well, you have to really communicate with your step-parents. Otherwise, like, you wouldn't get this relationship that me and Orlstyne have now. My second tip would be, like, you should be really loving and kind to them, because, like, if you're being mean and saying mean stuff to them, they wouldn't really think you're a nice child. Number 3, you should like spend time as a family. It's also important to spend time with the step-parent alone. Like, me and Orlstyne might go out to dinner or have a family breakfast. Well, kind of family breakfast. And, like, really get to know each other. Like, maybe have a little giggle, or, like, just...
Play some games.
Yeah, maybe. Play some games, maybe. Yeah.
Play with the Barbies.
We'll be out. Maybe. Yeah.
Tip number 1 for any step parent out there or thinking to be a step parent or currently a step parent, I would say communication. Absolutely, you have to communicate, not just with the child, but with the spouse as well, and just voice anything or any feeling that you have about the situation or what's going on, because if you keep it to yourself, it will almost eat you up if you're not, feeling good about it. Even if it's good stuff, still talk about it. Tip number 2. Step number 2. I would say cut. Tip number 2 definitely would be to spend time with the child without the other parent in the relationship there at the time. Reason being because that allows you to build that bond, and it will allow you to get to know that child, and most importantly, I believe, is to build that trust with the child immediately. Tip number 3, for anyone out there watching, I would say focus on what you want in terms of your family. What is it that you want for your family? I would say definitely hone in on that, because that's the goal, and it becomes bigger than you at that point. So anyone out there, make sure it's very strong in your head what you want as a family, and you make sure it happens, and we live a great life.
Okay guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Make sure you share with your friends and family. Till next time, bye guys!
Bye! Leave a like!